and now you're better. But people will remind you, right, of who you were. And that's where it's also important to kind of be like, no, that may have been who I was, but I'm no longer operating in that way. Hello my lovelies, and welcome back. I'm Diana. If you're new here, let's get into today's topic. And today's quote states, speak into who you are becoming. This is important, especially when you are going into some sort of level up, some sort of improvement in your life, in who you are. When you speak into who you are becoming, not only are you motivating yourself, you are training your brain to acknowledge this version of you. Let's say that you are the girly who wants to live a more active lifestyle, a more fit feeling and more lean, just that whole exercise type of girl, right? You want to be that girl. Yet you have so many either excuses, or you're not getting there, or you're just not seeing the progress that you want to see. And when that happens, you could feel discouraged. You could feel discouraged. You could be discouraged. You might even stop at so many times in your life while you're on this journey of being a more active girly. Now, if you are speaking into who you are becoming, that will help you to push you forward. That will help you to keep going. That will help you just be that person more so than not. So if you are getting into your fitness journey and you really want to be that girl who's just either very lean or just who eats healthier, you're just in that space of your life. If you don't speak into who you are, you're more than likely again going to just sit back, or you might not think so much into it. Or if you have times in your months, your weeks, your days where you don't follow through, you become that person. You'll stay the same person that you've always been. But when you are speaking into who you are becoming, that actually motivates you and pushes you and forces you to keep going. It's what I call, and what most people will call, affirmations. You are speaking affirmations to yourself. That's how you are speaking into who you are becoming. You are saying, I am fit. This is the version of me that I am. And because I am fit, I do things that make me fit. You are speaking into who you are becoming. You are fit, but by just speaking into that, you are actually doing that. You are doing the things that are making you that person, that version of you. So speak into who you are becoming. Don't speak negatively into who you are becoming. You don't want to remind yourself of things such as, oh, it's too hard, oh, it's too tough. That's just erasing basically what you're wanting to do. Because when you have extra thoughts in your mind that are contradicting what you are trying to get, trying to receive, trying to achieve, you end up doing the negative. Because the more you speak negatively towards yourself, towards what you are trying to accomplish, the more likely you will actually not accomplish the thing. So speaking into who you are becoming will allow you to be more positive minded. It will allow you to take action steps that will help you to get there. It will allow you to think more positively towards your achievements or towards your goals, so that you can actually achieve your goals. Don't you want to achieve your goals? That's why you are making goals. Not just so that they could sit there, not just so that you can say, oh, I have this goal, or to be a talker. My hands were speaking better for me, right? You do not want to just be a talker. You want to live out that life of yours that you want to live. You want to be that version of you that you want to be. And you do that by speaking into who you are becoming. It's imperative to make sure that, yes, only the good things are coming to the forefront of your subconscious mind. Because otherwise, then what's the point? What's the point of even having the goal if you're just going to backfire? If you are just going to cancel it out? You don't want to do that. You want to actually get to where you want to get. And I am going to repeat it over and over and over and over again, because my goal is to encourage you to go after your dreams, to go after your goals, to achieve your goals, to be able to see the results that you want. But you can only do that when you are moving in the same direction that you want to actually see. So when you're speaking into who you are becoming, you're setting yourself up for success. Okay? Because when you are saying, you know what, yes, I am going to be that actress, let's say, right? A lot of people have the dream to become an actress, especially in places like Los Angeles or New York, or even if you're somewhere else. You'll move into those big cities, right? Because that's what you want to do. You're speaking into existence by making changes that will help you to actually achieve that goal. So it's not just only the talking part, it's the mindset part. What is the mind thinking? Because if you're thinking one thing and you're speaking another thing, you're constantly canceling whatever it is that you want out. Because like I've said in the past, one of my quotes is, a negative and a positive cannot both coexist in your mind. You can't walk around saying, I'm never gonna get there. This is just difficult for me. And then in your mind you're thinking, oh man, I would love to do that. Oh man, I would love to be there. Which is it? Which one is it? Which one do you want? Do you want to be where you are? Do you want to be where you've always been? Do you want to be somewhere else? Are you trying to be a better version of you, a different version of you, right? And maybe you are that great version of who you are. But you want to tweak some things. You want to improve in certain areas. That does not mean that you're not a great version of who you are just because you want to tweak some things, you want to change some things, right? Perhaps you're that girl who has everything that you want, but you're lacking in one thing. So now you have to speak into existence that thing that you want. You want to speak into who you are becoming, those different tweaks that you are changing, right? I've seen a lot of different content online, and sometimes I'll see videos of content of women who will just go into someone's life and their goal is to level up, their goal is to, just be the best version of themselves, but they show up as not the version that they want to become. So when you are speaking into who you are becoming, you are showing up as who you are becoming, as who you want to be, that version of you. So you want to be the girl who's put together. Your fashion may not be up to par, but you want to be put together. So you present yourself as who is the most put together version of you as you are now, while you are learning to become that specific version of you. So perhaps you might not know how to be completely put together. You will go and watch online how other people look put together. I'm sure you have a thought or an image or someone in mind who you think that, oh, that person looks put together. So you will sort of not exactly emulate, but you will figure out that based on what you have, how can that match? How can you kind of get yourself in that space, right? You won't put on shabby clothes as you present yourself online. You will put yourself together so that you can actually start getting into that position, start becoming that version of you. That's actually something that I had to work on because I always dressed frumpily, and I've said that before in one of my videos. I just did not have fashion sense whatsoever. But who I wanted to become is somebody who was more fashionable. And I'm still not fashionable. I have no clue how to be fashionable, but I love looking put together. I love just looking my best and presenting myself well and just looking like the girl that I want to look like as best as I possibly can. But I had to actually speak into who I'm becoming. And I did that by changing how I wanted to present myself. I've done so much content in the past, and sometimes when I go back and rewatch those contents that are not on this channel, but they're out there, and I see myself and I think to myself, wow, I have improved because of the version that I want to become. The version that I am is because I have spoken into existence who I want to be. I do that not only just in my thought process, but what I'm doing in my physical self, right? My physical life. I'm not going to lounge around in frumpy clothes if I want to change how I dress. I'm going to put on my best outfit in my normal day-to-day, just so that I can make sure that that becomes a part of who I am, because that's what I want to become. That's who I want to be. Someone who has a decent sense of fashion, who looks well put together to some degree, who is just kind of seems as if I'm not falling apart. Right? Someone who just looks nice, right? There's nothing wrong with wanting to look nice if that's what you want to do, but you have to put that effort in. So yes, you're going to speak positive affirmations towards yourself. You're going to have positive mindset. You're going to think about who you are trying to become, the best version of you, of course, not somebody else, the best version of you. And then you're going to actually do something about it. And that's how you start seeing change. It's not going to come just by you sitting back. You're going to have to put in the effort, the work. So yes, speak into who you are becoming. If you are finding yourself speaking negatively or hearing others speak negatively toward yourself, and there will be moments in your life where people will constantly remind you of who you were, right? Like, okay, you have changed your spirit. You are now a happier person. You used to be grumpy, you used to be angry, you used to be just unkind, and now you're better. But people will remind you, right, of who you were. And that's where it's also important to kind of be like, no, that may have been who I was, but I'm no longer operating in that way. That's not who I want to be. And so you are going to speak into who you are becoming and remind them that, yes, okay, that's what I used to do. I don't do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. Sometimes you just have to remind them that, hey, I get that every time you see me, you're reminded of who I was. But please don't speak that in front of me, because that's not who I am. You might not see that today, but I'm working on it. But if you keep reminding me, I end up going back, but I don't want to go back to that, because I feel that this is the best version of me, and I present myself and I give the best version of myself out there. But if you keep reminding me that, hey, you're somebody who just constantly, you just constantly scream at people. If you keep reminding me that that's who I was, I'm going to scream at you. I don't want to scream at you. I want to be better. So please just understand that. So you could just tell somebody that, because you will be reminded multiple times. That's happened to me so many times, where the people that I have grown up with have seen the past version of me, and that's all they know, that's all they keep reminding me, that anytime I try to say, oh yeah, I'm just, yada yada yada, I'm just happy-go-lucky this time, it's like they're reminding me of the old version, and it's like, no, I don't want to be that. And if you don't remind them, you will end up just reverting back, and you don't want that. So speak into who you are becoming, present that, and just embody that version of you, okay? Embody that version of you. And another thing, I'm probably going off topic or rambling on, but it's not just enough to do the inner work of becoming the best version of you or whatever, right? Like improving a different area inside of your life, whatever part. It's not just about the inner work of doing it alone, because you could do everything in your home, you could do everything in your mind, but when you step out into the public eye, into the viewership of another being, you will be triggered. People will just remind you. It's important that you practice this best version of you in front of others. It's important to be able to do that in front of others, because that way you can fight it off. If you're faced with a challenge and you don't know how to combat that challenge in real time, in real life, you're going to go back to how you used to be. So when those challenges or those things that come to you that try to bring you back to how you were come at you, those obstacles, and then you find yourself kind of going back, just remind yourself, bring yourself back and say, you know what, no, I won't do that. Or wait a minute, I just did that. Oh, okay, let me change that. and then you go back and you just practice the better version of you, and that will help you to actually just embody this better you, this person you are becoming, this improvement that you are trying to get on, this level up that you're trying to have, because now you're working on it in the face of the challenge, in the face of the obstacle. It's not just when you're by yourself and nothing is around you that's combating, right? Nothing is coming at you. Now you're actually practicing it when those things happen, because you only become better when you're faced with the challenge. When the challenges come at you and you actually can overcome them, then guess what? You improve, you get better. So hopefully you got something out of that. There's so much that I just said, but hopefully there's one thing that stood out to you or you were reminded of. But yes, speak into who you are becoming so that you can actually get there, become what you're trying to become, achieve what you're trying to achieve, level up to where you want to get. All right, my friends, thank you so much. I hope this was not a huge rumble, but hopefully you learned something. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet, and yeah, I'll see you all next time. Be sure to hit the notification button so that you know anytime I've posted a new video. All right, talk to you later. Bye bye.